Hi, Erica. Thank you for joining me.
Hi, Mom.
Erica has agreed to do this with me, mother-daughter thing, once a month. So here we go.
This is the test run. We'll see. We'll see.
You'll do it.
We'll see.
Okay, we'll see. This is the test.
Yeah.
Okay, today you're picking.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
You are going to do your whole little spiel?
Welcome to Not Nosy, Just Curious podcast. Thank you very much. I expect a lot of views. All right?
Oh, God. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so I thought this would be a good topic just because I found myself in an uncomfortable situation regarding what side of the road are you on when it comes to being a good friend, as far as how involved you are in sort of your friends' life decisions?
Okay, very fair. And my first disclaimer is I think the side of the road changes. It's cyclical. I think every decade, you change sides. Like right now, you're a committed friend. You're somebody's lucky to have you as a friend.
Yeah.
When you get to be my age, you expect more from friendships, I think.
Okay.
You don't expect nothing, do you? You don't give your friendship to get friendships, right?
Well, I think it's got to be an even playing field.
Do you?
Yeah, you can't just give all the time.
Well, I don't know. I think with my situation, making new friends is very difficult at this age.
Well, I think it's difficult at my age, too.
It might be, you're right, because
Yeah.
you have no more capacity to meet new people, right?
Yeah.
So you hang on so passionately to these friendships you have.
Yeah.
And therefore, maybe at my age, and therefore maybe you expect more from the friendship.
My question is, though, if you're making life choices that, like, let's say you're dating someone and your friend can't stand them, and you know they're not good enough for your friend, do you sit back and watch and let it play out, or do you speak up?
Oh, that's good. So let me just throw it back at you so I understand right.
Yeah.
You're dating someone that your friends can't stand.
Yeah.
Do you
take the road of...
Do you take the high road and try to incorporate everybody? Or do you keep everything very segregated? Do you date and keep it very secret from your friends? Or
Yeah. No, okay, so knowing me, if anyone gets involved or too close to the situation and has an overwhelming opinion, I retreat. I feel like this is my life. Let me navigate my life.
Fair enough. And retreating is probably the best way to go.
And because
I always realize in retreating and navigating your life that you have put that friendship on the back burner until this thing fizzles out, and then you got to hope that friendship is still there when you resurface.
Well, lucky enough, they've always still been there.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying, which side of the road makes you the better friend? The one that's constantly checking you on stuff, being hard on you, questioning you, trying to get you to be the best person, or the one that sort of is like, hey, this is her life. These are her life lessons. She needs to learn how to navigate, or they need to learn how to navigate these tough situations on their own, and I'm going to take a step back.
Well, they're both great sides of the road, right?
Yeah.
What side of the road do you take?
I think I tend to be on, because of my experiences, I tend to be on, okay, this is their journey. They need to discover, they need to figure it out. And I will be there to talk to them and walk them through it. But I'm going to keep my true opinions about it to myself.
Okay. So you don't think in a close friendship you should be able to just purge all your opinions. You got to edit. You got to keep some of the stuff to yourself.
Well, I think you got to read the room, right? You got to read the situation of who you're talking to. I just know from my personal experience, if somebody's coming at me too hard, I'm going to get mad, and I'm going to feel like they aren't being a good friend.
You are?
Yeah.
Even though their intentions are probably respectful.
100%. They're always coming from a good place. But is it a place where I'm in the headspace to hear it? No.
Okay, well, I mean, both sides of the road are very fair. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And then you look at these situations, these very extreme situations where women have been brutally terrorized and, whatever. And they've been isolated and they have pushed all their friends away because they don't agree. The friends don't agree with, their choice.
Yeah.
And then they end up in a very bad situation.
Yeah.
I think friends are kind of a buffer. So you do need them in some capacity. So you have to find the middle of the road
Right.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Because somewhere they're your protector.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So even though they're coming at you from both sides of the road, you still have to have this fair in between meeting ground.
Yeah.
And I'm just talking in very severe consequences. Because if that happens to you, you still need to call that friend,
Yeah.
And you need to call them knowing there'll be no judgment. There'll be no "I told you so."
Yeah.
I
mean, lucky enough, that's never been the case for me.
But I'm sure you've had a friend who's been with somebody that you didn't like too much.
I can't really think of anyone off the top of my head. I've been the one where they had an opinion about everyone I was with, and it was very loud.
Okay, well. Maybe they think you need to pick a different person. Maybe you need to pick somebody. They don't think maybe this person is worthy of you. I mean, they're entitled to that opinion.
Yeah.
Right or wrong, it doesn't matter. It is the person you pick.
But okay, in your life experiences, which road were you on? Which side were you on?
Well, apparently I was on the side where you had no friends.
Oh, really? So you protected your whatever it was so much that you pushed everyone away.
Everybody. I lied.
Oh.
I lied all the time to
Yeah.
save face for myself. And I had nobody left.
Yeah.
And nobody left. Fortunately, when their relationship ended, I was able to resurrect everybody. I'm talking about family, everybody.
Yeah.
Because I had nobody left.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I've never been in that situation. But
Yeah. Where you have to, because you're so embarrassed, you lie. And then you just remove yourself because you just can't
Yeah.
face anybody because, what a hypocrite you are. Look at what you're doing
Yeah.
here. You know what
So
I mean?
no one out of your friend group tried.
Well, no, but when I was going through it, most of my friends were married and had children, and it was kind of the circle of life where everybody kind of branches off and
Yeah.
does their own thing. So you didn't have those relationships like you had in high school or you have later in life,
Mhm.
because everybody had their own little challenges. So no, you're kind of isolated anyhow.
Just by the course of nature.
Just
Yeah.
by the circle of life, you're
Yeah.
just kind of isolated. So that's just it, And and you make bad choices.
Yeah.
And hopefully you learn from them. But yeah, I had nobody around.
But you always
And I
hear,
made a couple bad choices.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, who hasn't?
Well, I'm just saying that's what happens. I guess it was easier. But I don't really know that it was a choice they made because their life was happening.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They had their challenges and
Yeah.
their life was happening. So it wasn't like they were paying much attention to mine.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know that it was an open book policy at that point.
Mm-hmm.
I know what I did.
Yeah.
And because I became such a big liar,
Mm-hmm.
it was embarrassing.
Well, I think the lying is the point where you really start to get to that point as a friend. Okay, they're lying. That kind of starts to push you more to the, okay, well, they need to figure their shit out. They need to start navigating some of this
Yeah,
stuff.
but Eric, I think you're giving my friends a little too much credit. I don't think anybody thought that much. I mean, it's always been in my experience. I'm talking about my experience. It's always been the circle. Once again, everybody had their kids, their own challenges and whatever.
Yeah.
And then you come back around and you resurrect the friendship. And then there's different terms on the friendship at that point.
Yeah.
And then I became the nucleus. I
Mhm.
became the glue that binded. I became the one that advocated for friendships. It was my campaign.
Yeah.
You need girlfriends, and I became the one that got everybody together. But then I became then it became overwhelming for me.
Right.
So it's I guess just choices you make. I mean, I became the listener, which I'm happy to do.
Right. Right.
And I listen with no judgment.
Hmm.
But nobody asks me about me. I guess it wasn't important enough.
Well, that's the problem between you and I, though, because we don't really, even if we were asked what's going on with you, there's a,
No, there's
typical, oh, I'm fine, everything's
yeah.
good.
No,
blah,
you're
blah,
right.
blah. Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
I guess my lack of telling you is I don't want to be judged.
What? About what?
If I tell, no, I have, if I tell what's going on in my life, I don't want it used against me in 3 months.
Who would do that?
I have a friend that might resurrect some of the stuff I said
Oh, well,
as a
we all know
confidence.
who my person is that loves to do that, and
Yeah.
it's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So somebody who always resurrects what you said, not as a confidence, it wasn't a secret or nothing.
Yeah.
It was just a very topical conversation, but you were sharing something and then they'll use it against you later.
So you don't feel like necessarily like safe in your friendships.
I'm guarded.
That's interesting.
I'm guarded because they made it that way. If it was a friendship that I knew anything goes, walls down,
Yeah.
balls to the wall kind of thing, then okay.
Yeah.
But I don't have that where I want to go there with anybody like that.
That kind of makes me sad.
Well, I mean, you know what? I have 2 wonderful friends that don't judge me, and they're my daughters.
Well, I'm kind of judging you right now.
Well, it's okay. You'll judge me, then you'll forget about it.
I'm kidding.
I know. But I found the people that I can trust the most are my daughters, and I enjoy their company the most, and that's all there is to it. And sadly, I become, hopefully, I think maybe I become a little bit of a burden to them.
Never.
Okay.
But back on to my point, does one make you a better friend than the other? Does vocalization make you a better friend over somebody who sits back?
That's the gamble, Erica, because when you're vocal and you've maybe hurt the feelings of the person you're being vocal to, you risk losing them.
But does that make you a better friend because you're calling them out on bad behavior?
Yeah, I think it does.
You think
Because you're risking everything. You're risking the friendship. You're risking everything to say that.
Yeah. That
Yes.
makes you the better friend.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. I don't think you should have to edit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're that good of a friend, just go on and put it out there and suffer the consequences.
Oh, that's tough.
It is very tough.
I think it.
Or say nothing and be this very topical friend.
I don't think like saying nothing. I mean, obviously, expressing concern in some sort of fashion and not getting it received well or not getting through to somebody, and you deciding to just sort of take a step back and like see how it plays out. Because I'll give an example. When I was in true transparency last summer, when I was probably drinking more than I should have been, you didn't say anything. My closest friends didn't say anything, but I had a friend who was on my ass constantly.
God bless, because you know what?
But it made me drink more.
Oh.
It didn't work in the favor it was meant to work in.
Well, because let me just say, I wanted to tell you so bad. I wanted to say so bad, but
Yeah.
I didn't want to risk losing you. So look what I did. I said nothing, and
I figured it out.
you figured it out. But I worried constantly.
Okay, so you're saying the better friend is to risk it all, but
Risk it all.
You didn't.
But I didn't do it. I didn't do it because of those reasons. So I understand why a lot of your friends didn't do it.
But I think it's sort of reading and being able to navigate that person on how they would react if it came too strong. On too strong.
But how do you say to someone without coming on too strong, you're drinking too much? I'm worried. I'm sure that friend came from a very good place.
It was a judgy place. It was a constant judgment.
Well, maybe they were trying the hard, what's that called? Hard love. What's that?
Tough love?
Tough love. Yeah.
Tough love?
Yeah.
I'm just saying it backfired for me.
Because you got in your little hard head, no one can tell me what to do.
Because I think it just made me believe I didn't. More and more and more.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So why did you think that friend would risk something like that and say it? And if you just thought, what do they know? I'm just going to drink
Because
some.
I'm not quite sure if it was coming from a genuine place.
You said it wasn't.
Yeah, I think it was just a way to make me feel lousy about myself.
Okay, but sometimes, just, topical here. Sometimes those, I've always said those hard words are hard to say. It doesn't matter if they're delivered. It does matter. Never mind. But sometimes they're hard words to say.
Yeah.
And you will. You will judge yourself.
Yeah.
And you will take inventory. And you will say, no, nobody, what do they know about me? I'm running my own life. I take care of this. Nobody takes care of me.
That's my point.
Yeah, that's how you rationalize, and that's how you make it better. I don't ask nobody for nothing. Nobody takes care of me, and I do me, and I should be able to drink as much as I want. Nobody picking me up off the sidewalk. You know what I mean? Nobody taking care of me for me, right? Until one day you decide this is stupid.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you have the revelation on your own, but a lot of people won't get to that on their own.
You don't think so?
No.
You really don't?
No, I don't.
I just think coming from personal experience, you'll get there.
I don't.
No matter how messy the road gets sometimes, you will get there.
No, I think sometimes you like the messy road. I'm not saying you.
No,
I'm
I understand.
People.
Yeah.
Because the messy road is easier to navigate.
I mean, it's obviously not easy to have those wake-up calls, but they save you.
They do save you. But a lot of people have many chances at wake-up calls.
Yeah.
And they don't take advantage of them.
I don't know. Maybe I'll try in the middle. I think I'm in the middle. I think I do a pretty good job of, if something's not good, I'll delicately approach it, I think,
But do you think friendships have a life expectancy? Do you think that reason, season, lifetime, which a friend of mine told me, is a fact?
100%.
So I do too. I think there's reasons, seasons, and lifetimes. And if you're lucky enough to have a friend for a lifetime, you're in the minority.
That's crazy.
But it's true.
I think I have a lot of lifetimes.
Are you being sincere about your lifetimes, or are you just right in the moment about your lifetimes? I know one person of yours is a lifetime. She's your ride or die no matter what.
I definitely think, because a group of us have been through so many different stages of our lives, that there's nothing that's going to sort of separate that.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay. You're lucky.
I feel very lucky.
You don't think they're a season?
No.
They're a lifetime.
I've had seasoned friends, and they've all been terrible.
Yeah, you have had seasoned friends because you have seasoned recreational.
But I had a lot of fun with them. So they also kind of serve the reason too. But I can genuinely tell from meeting someone if they're going to last.
So when you're rolling around in the muck and you're at the bottom, who do you call? You have one of those friends you can call?
I have a couple.
You do?
Yeah.
And you can completely expose yourself with no judgment.
Yes.
And they listen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Listening's a trick.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like I'm a good listener. You're a good listener.
Well, because I find myself, and I have to put myself in check for this also, listening, you want to inject yourself sometimes. You feel like commiserating helps.
Yeah.
Like misery loves company. And I find that maybe that's not the answer. Maybe just completely listening.
We realize I'm in sales. The biggest
for you is listening.
The biggest challenge and the biggest trick to learn is to just shut up and listen.
Right.
Yeah.
I read this somewhere. Wait.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I talking?
Right.
Wait. Just wait.
Yeah.
So I found that, like you said, it's difficult when they're talking and you want to like, oh yeah, that happened to me and what
Yeah.
I did, and I have an aunt who's sicker and she came. You know what I mean? We
Yeah.
always want to inject our hardships, and then all of a sudden you turn the conversation onto yourself, and I've had that happen where nobody's listening to you anymore.
But are you ever self-aware if you're the one doing it? Because I'm so self-aware if I'm the one doing it.
I've become more self-aware.
Yeah.
I have. I'm like I said, I'm working in it
Yeah.
because I want to just listen. But nobody's interested in what I have to say anyhow, so
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if I turned it all around on myself. It's
Like
Yeah,
like
yeah.
over the past weekend, like all the girlfriends got together, right? We haven't been in the same room in a very long time. So everyone's just talking and talking over each other and nobody's finishing a story. And at some point I'm like, okay, I'm going to stop talking.
Do you feel it necessary to be heard? I mean, do you feel like what you have to say is so important?
I mean, we were reminiscing, telling good stories, and I don't think I got to finish one story. It would have been nice to be able to at least finish one.
You wanted the floor one time.
Yeah, just one time.
One time.
Yeah.
Okay.
In my group of friends, I'm kind of like the quiet one when it comes to their personalities.
Okay.
So in that moment, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna shut up and let them talk.
So that's funny you say that, Erica. Is there that kind of dynamic where you have to find your place in the friendship? Like you have some very dynamic friends.
Yeah.
So you have to assume the role of the more quiet friend.
I think I've always been the quiet friend. And it's very strange. Like when you look at their personalities, they're larger than life.
Yes.
And so I always knew I was going to do fine in the group because I never wanted the spotlight.
Right. Okay.
I was always good sort of laughing at them or, going to places with them and just sort of being there.
Just being.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm. There was never any jealousy or competition with my group of friends. I always just knew they have these personalities. Mine is a more subtle personality. I'm not the one ripping jokes and getting all the laughs, but once I get going, I'm good. But yeah, I think like you take that out of the equation, no jealousy, no competition, like that's the key to having a long, good friendship with somebody.
Well, I agree. So back to the sides of the road.
Yeah.
What side are you on?
I don't know. I still think.
I mean, your friends are coming at you with good intention.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to hurt your feelings. Nobody does. Great friendships you have. 'Cause
Yeah.
Nobody's coming at you ugly.
Yeah.
They just want to see the best for you. And okay, maybe given your past history, they don't trust your judgment. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't be, and you've said it before, I mean, everybody is coming at you because of the decisions. And yeah, I guess we all have to let you make your decisions, but we just don't want to have to see you, I don't know, I'm trying to say delicate here, but they don't want to see you get hurt.
No, but that's the thing too. It's like
You're entitled to getting hurt.
right.
Yeah, you are.
Like everybody has to learn their life lessons and on their own, regardless of how involved I am or not involved I am.
But my life lessons in the past have been to repeat.
Yeah.
So the lessons, I tell myself as a joke, I didn't repeat the pattern. I acquired new ones.
Yeah.
Like the first guy was a cheater. Okay, the second guy wasn't a cheater, but he had some major problems.
Right.
Second guy, okay, then the third guy is going to come along. And I had those two problems, and then that was a big, different challenge.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, big deal. I just picked up a whole new, and the ball rolled, and then it just kept getting bigger and bigger. But, I gave myself credit for not repeating those patterns.
But do you think if you had a friend step in and get involved and say, hey, do you see what you're doing?
Somebody had said something to me at some point. Yes. You know what my dad said to me about the first guy? I'll never forget it. Married him anyhow.
Yeah.
He'd sell your teeth if you could get them out of your head. But,
yeah.
Oh, well, right?
Okay, so you and I have had very different experiences as far as
And nobody said nothing to me. But
what
then
side
a
we're
lot
on.
of it was my fault because I just was embarrassed and I retreated.
Yeah.
And when I left the first marriage, I came home, there was nobody,
Yeah.
there was nobody. But yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know that my friends had the same experiences as I had. I mean, these were very devastating experiences.
Yeah.
And the second one was very devastating. It was I was circling the drain on that
Well,
one.
I don't.
You know what
I mean, that
So-
was not a lot of people have experienced that in general.
Right, but I'm not telling nobody. So nobody
Oh,
knows.
Yeah.
I'm not telling nobody nothing.
Well, so you've created your own little.
Sequestered
Yeah,
myself into
yeah.
this own little circle.
So you've done that to yourself.
Yes, I have. Yes. And because of it, I find myself slightly cynical. And I find myself expecting something from friendships. And that's not good. That's not good.
Now, when you probably are not even willing to be vulnerable in a friendship.
Right.
Yeah.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Okay, so did we decide?
I don't know. My side of the road is the middle.
Yeah. So read the situation and interject when you think it's like.
Yeah. Just be in the middle. I mean, take both sides. But, please respect the fact that everybody is entitled to their feelings.
Yeah.
And they're feeling that. And you have to respect it. It's got nothing to do with you. It's a feeling they're having.
Right.
And they're entitled to their feelings.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're feeling protective over you, they're entitled.
Right.
They're not being, aggressive towards you, and they're not challenging you. They're feeling protected.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay, I think that's
And
fair.
sometimes they know better.
Yeah.
Sometimes they know better because they can see from the outside in.
Right.
So they're not trying to be judgy. I don't think any of your friends are trying to be judgy or trying to make your life miserable. They're just seeing more than you are.
Yeah.
And it's funny, Erica, when it's all said and done, you see it. You've seen it all along.
Yeah.
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 So, and it's your feelings and you're choosing to make those choices.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fair
Yeah.
enough.
Okay.
Okay, so let's say goodbye.
Yeah.
Until next time.
Till next time.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.